In these series of videos, we are taking a journey through time and space and discover the fascinating history behind the complex world we inhabit today. We want to learn about important events in the world since 1789, when the first American president was inaugurated. The first video focuses on the year 1789 and notable events in the world in this year. Let's see what happened in 1789 and who were the rulers of that time. Here's the list of some significant events. First event, George Washington presidency. In the United States of America, George Washington was inaugurated as the first president and John Adams was his vice president. Second event. In March the 4th, the first United States Congress met at Federal Hall in New York City, and the Constitution officially went into effect. Third event. In 1789, when George III was the King of Britain, William Wilberforce made his first major speech on abolition in the UK House of Commons, reasoning the slave trade morally reprehensible and an issue of natural justice. Fourth event. On June 3rd, explorer Alexander Mackenzie set out on his first expedition to the Pacific from Fort Chipewyan, but found the Arctic Ocean instead. Fifth event. In 1789, American demand for Chinese goods was greater than the supply of silver, and the Chinese had little interest in American goods. So, Philadelphia merchants began smuggling opium into China to keep the trade going. Sixth event. The British transported at least 108,000 convicts to India from Burma, China, India, and Malaya. The convicts were used for labor in agriculture, mining, infrastructure development, land clearance, and cultivation. Seventh event. On January 21st, the first American novel by William Hill Brown, The Power of Sympathy, was published. Eighth event. On June 17th, in French Revolution, during the meeting of the Estates General, the Third Estate proclaims itself the National Assembly. Ninth event. On October 5th, women of Paris marched to Versailles to confront Louis XVI about his refusal to promulgate the decrees on the abolition of feudalism, demand bread, and have the king and his court move to Paris. 10th event, July 14th, Bastille Day. The French Revolution began with the storming of the Bastille prison in Paris. It is now celebrated as France's National Day. 11th event. On September 12th, Jean Almarat published the first issue of his radical newspaper, Le Publiciste Parisien, later called L'Ami du Peuple, the Friend of the People, in Paris. 12th event. On February 12th, Vermont Patriot Ethan Allen died of a stroke at age 52 on his Winooski River homestead. 13th event. On August 28th, William Herschel, German-British astronomer, discovered Saturn's moon Enceladus. 14th event. On November 6th, Pope Pius VI appointed Father John Carroll as the first Catholic bishop in the United States. 15th event. Aga Muhammad Khan Qajar took power in Iran and marked the beginning of the Qajar era. 16th event. In 1789, Japan was primarily under the rule of the Tokugawa shogunate, experiencing a period known as the Edo period, and a significant event that year was the Minashi-Kunashir Rebellion, where the Ainu people of Hokkaido revolted against Japanese settlers in the region, marking a conflict between the indigenous Ainu and the dominant Japanese population. This rebellion was eventually suppressed by the Japanese authorities. 17th event. The Austro-Turkish War, also known as the Habsburg-Ottoman War, was occurring, which was fought from 1788 to 1791. 18th event. The Inconfidência Mineira of 1789 was a separatist movement with a popular base and extensive black participation which occurred in Brazil, but it was not successful. 19th event. Olaudah Equiano published the interesting narrative of the life of Olaudah Equiano, or Gustavus Vassa, the African, written by himself. The book became well known for its descriptions of the suffering of African captives on the transatlantic slave trade. 20th event. The Third Anglo-Mysore War began in 1789 and lasted for about 2 years. 21st event. The Second Xhosa War began in southern Africa between the Xhosa people and European settlers. 22nd event. Triple Alliance occurred. The Nizam of Hyderabad and the Marathas in India formed a triple alliance with the British after Tipu Sultan attacked Travancore on December 29, 1789. 23rd event. Fatta's revolution occurred. In Morea, Guinea, Fatta, an Islamic reformer, established a new government with the help of a Maroon community. The two groups beheaded former slave traders and political leaders who did not follow Islamic principles, such as not trading Muslims as slaves to non-Muslims. 24th event. Russia fought the Ottoman Empire in the Russo-Turkish War of 1787 to 1792. On September 25, 1789, the Russian Empire captured Qajar and Yeni Dunya. 25th event. The Russian blockade at Porrassalmi occurred. Captain James Trevennan led the Russian blockade of Porrassalmi, which began on August 24, 1789. The Russians attacked Baresund on September 18, gaining control of the strait. 26th event. Battle of Porrassalmi occurred. The Battle of Porrassalmi was fought near the Bight of Porrassalmi in Savonia on June 13, 1789, during the Russo-Swedish War. A Swedish force of about 750 men succeeded in stopping the northbound advance of a Russian force numbering 5,000 men. 27th event. The Battle of Öland was a naval battle that took place on 26th of July, 1789 during the Russo-Swedish War, 1788 to 1790. 28th event. The Second Battle of Svensksund was a naval battle fought in the Gulf of Finland outside the present-day city of Kotka. 29th event. The Battle of Elgsö took place on September 30th in 1789 during Russo-Swedish War, and Sweden won over the Russian Empire. 30th event. The Russo-Turkish War was a series of 12 conflicts between the Ottoman Empire and Russia, fought in the Balkans, Crimea, and Caucasus. The wars resulted in Russia's gradual expansion of power in Ottoman territory. Which of these events are more significant in your point of view? What about your country? Do you know about significant events in your country in the late 18th century? Please share your information with us, and if you are interested, subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.